And that is right, people. Feeling a lot better than I was last week. I am not Ricky Stan Nicky, but I am the reigning, defending podcast predictions champion. I am the golden one. I am Ricky Goldman. And just like San June 2, don't let your chance blow away of liking and subscribing, because this is the Rainy Rock Podcast. So let's get on with my co-host, the man himself, the wise man.
Wait. Before I come on, I have to do this part here. That is, I had to do this for the week that's in it. Hang on, just get down here. Here we go. Happy St. Patrick's Day, everyone.
That is right. I personally also don't celebrate it. Don't even celebrate St. George's Day. It's just another day. But fair enough. And because it's nearly St. Patrick's Day, and every week, as always, grab yourself a drink. So, as you can hear, I'm feeling a lot better.
And always drink responsibly.
Yes. I'm feeling a lot better, as you can hear. Like and subscribe. And one little tiny update. I am trying to get more interviews on here.
Yeah, I did actually try and get back to me. I did contact a few promotions in Ireland. I did contact a few promotions in Ireland.
I contact the wrestlers themselves, but I'm waiting to hear back from them. Hopefully, get them on. If not, I'm trying my best, but do go and check out last week's interview with Bentley. But let's get on with the first thing here, which is, if I can find it, Jesus.
You have to go to church to find Jesus.
Oh, there we go. Let me put up that. Excuse me. So, what just a 2-minute chat, what we've been up to. I've been resting, feeling a lot better, been to the gym, not much because I was feeling ill. Made my mum a Mother's Day card. It was Mother's Day last weekend. So I made her a card at the craft thing I go to, drew a couple of pictures for her, and I've been playing on 2K24. Great graphics. Storyline mode, I think it's fantastic.
It's meant to be brilliant. It's meant to be brilliant.
The storyline mode is fantastic.
It's done
very, very well. So I've only done story mode, but yeah, it's cool. It's a good game. So what have you been up to?
Which cover did you buy?
Well, the normal one. I'm not fucking out. I didn't buy any game. My mum bought it.
But which cover did you get?
I didn't buy any game.
Which cover did you get?
Oh, the normal one. My mum bought it, man. 60 quid. So she's out on her 4 account for a different cover.
And which
when it is, I don't
which
care.
Cover star was it?
I don't care who's.
Yeah, but I'm just not.
Well, Cody, but I don't care. I don't care who's on the cover.
I don't
care who's on the cover. I'm not buying it to I'm not buying it to jerk over who's on the cover. I'm buying it for graphics, for the fact that the casket match is back. the ambulance map, the first time ever in 2K history. The story mode, that's the selling point. If people are buying it for who's on the cover, Marks. They're buying it for the gameplay.
No,
anyway,
you get
yes, because only my mum wouldn't buy me the more expensive one. She didn't want to fork out more just because it's a different cover.
Why didn't you get the one with Rhea Ripley?
She already spends hundreds on me for my birthday anyway. So anyway, my birthday in a few weeks, so April 3rd. So get your birthday wishes in. And speaking of birthdays, I suppose a friend of the show, been on a couple of times, Ryan Lowe, it's his birthday today, so happy birthday to him.
Hey Ryan, happy birthday. Hope you're listening.
I doubt he'll be watching, but so yeah, I know you've been talk about that in a second. What else have you been up to? You've been to karate, been to any gigs?
Oh, just the same old. They've got Judas Priest coming up in the Tree Arena. The mighty Judas Priest. That's going to be a banging gig.
I've heard of Judas Priest, but vaguely. Did he sing a Raw theme? I don't know.
No, they don't need to.
Did he sing a Raw theme? I don't know. Did they?
No, they didn't. No, they didn't.
Yeah. I've heard of the name, that's it. So yeah, moving along, the next thing here, and I've got a lot to say on for a film we've both seen that I thought was so then next thing here, of course, is if I can So, of course, movie talk. So I've watched Red Right Hand with Orlando Bloom in it. Good film.
Remember when he was so big back in the day?
June 2, the only reason I watched.
Loved it, absolutely loved it.
June 2. In fact, I only watched it because Batista was in it. Would I have watched it anyway?
Absolutely.
But it was 3 hours of my life. I'm never getting it back. It was awful.
Absolute. You see,
take out Batista, that was awful. Batista was the one and only good thing about that.
Well, it does show you one thing.
Good thing about that film in my opinion.
The one thing it does show you as well, Batista is actually flapping his acting chops. Like, he's not just doing action like Rock and John Cena. He's just sticking to. He's trying, like, he's varying out whether it's a superhero movie or a zombie film or something. Like, he's varying out his roles.
Yeah,
he's all muscles.
Obviously, The Rock is the most successful wrestler ever to make movies. Cena's up there as
like
well.
The Rock,
we'll talk about it in a second. But Batista, certainly,
The Rock
he's acting.
The Rock just does franchises mostly. Batista broadens his horizons.
Batista was in Avengers.
Was that not a franchise? Avengers, that's a franchise, yeah, but he doesn't do as much franchise as The Rock. Like, The Rock was Fast and Furious. He tried to be in DCU, failed there. He tried to make Baywatch a franchise, that failed. Jumanji.
Still made a lot of money for him anyway. But Batista, he does more than just action movies. And then on Monday's movie was Ricky Stenicki with Cena in it. Fantastic film. Really fair. Cena, fantastic in it. It's a fantastic film. Really funny.
I think more people are going to want to see that after John Cena's little appearance at the Academy Awards.
But yeah, Ricky Stenicki, great film.
I mean,
Cena, fantastic in it. He really goes out there and tries to make you laugh. And
he is funny and all that. But I'd say now, if appearing naked at the Academy Awards helps your film, then you've got a winner there.
So you went to the cinema again, I'll say what I say every week, but I don't go to this. If I can watch a food movie at home for free, like that, with no trailer interruptions, I'm taking that option. The only time I go to the cinema is to watch the Rocks movies. That's probably it. But you went to the cinema and watched Dune. What was your thoughts about
Brilliant
it?
film. It's a spectacular film. It's a spectacle. I'll be disappointed if it's not nominated in next year's Oscars. I mean, like, it's a smart man sci-fi movie. That's what it is. It's a smart man sci-fi movie. And, like, it's definitely one of the best sequels I ever saw.
I don't like films that you have to. You kind of no. Well, I'm not stupid, but films that you have to think about. I just like straight up action. Don't have to think about it. You know what's going on. It's right in your face.
That's good thing. It gets you talking. It gets you talking and gets you looking into things. That's what
it leaves me confused. If I'm watching a film and I'm like, "What's going on?" It spoils it for me. With the Rock's film, Cena's films, you know what's going on, but Batista knocked at the cabin. I didn't know what was going on in that, but I watched it because he was in it.
Yeah, I think we both have different tastes and all that. Yeah, I do like a good. I do want to see Ricky Stenicki. I do want to see Ricky Stenicki. It does look funny, and I do like the people who are behind it. Bobby Farley, who made Dumb and Dumber, and there's something like Harry. So yeah, I do want to see that. And like I said, John Cena carrying Nick helps the film.
I think Cena shows his acting skills in this one. He gets away from the action. It's not really about action. It's more about comedy. Like I said, very funny. I'll give it a 10 out of 10. I thought it was brilliant.
I do want to see it. I will have to subscribe to Amazon to see it, but I do want to see it. And like I said, if appearing naked at the Academy Awards in front of millions of people helps your film, then you've got a winner there.
Well, naked. Apparently, he had like a thing, a little thong or something on. He wasn't completely naked, but he appeared he was. He still looks in great shape for 40, 45.
Oh, yeah. Sure, he did say he wants to retire at 50. He just recently said he wants to retire at 50.
But I'm going to play this here as I take a sip, and we'll get into some wrestling talk and then some news, and then that's it. Grab this first.
Have you been at any shows as well, by the way?
So it's of course right. My socials on screen right now. Take note of those. And Protein Tees Gumman's all designs. Head over. If you can't buy one, then at least get it shared and tell everyone about it. As we go into the next segment here, which is, of course,
Oh, have you not been at any shows this week?
my next show is March 30th, and then March 30th, BT probably if I buy the tickets, BTW April 5th, Mania Watch Party 6th and 7th. Then I think I've got a couple more.
So it's quite.
The rest obviously cost me 600 quid. So I'm saving, save. Say that again.
So Reed Burnish only lost. So there's nothing going on for the next few weeks.
All the wrestling cost me too much. I'm just saving. And the one I've got on the 30th, a fairly cheap local one. So,
oh yeah.
Anyway, we're coming off the heels of Revolution. Obviously, we'll start with, as always, each and every week, my favourite show of the week, Dynamite. So, again, I'm basing this off results. I don't watch it. I don't have backstage segments. I don't know about interviews. I know pure about a debut, obviously, that happened that we'll talk about, and match results. So, Samoa Joe and Swerve Strickland defeated and knocked off the Kingdom. Okay.
Oh, I really love. I just had on the opening segment of that. Like, you had like the Undisputed King. You have the Undisputed Kingdom come out, and they were like literally throwing the decks at Swerve and Samoa Joe, and just Swerve just really knows how to get like. He warns like Adam Cole, like, if you want, I've got Britt Baker on my second. I've got Britt Baker on my second phone number, and everyone thought like they were working together when basically Swerve was just referencing that Britt Baker and him were having sex. Kind of got
okay, your thoughts on the Joe and Strickland? Strickland apparently turned face. I don't know. Again, I don't watch.
He's too over. That's why he's face now. Like, he's just so over. So you go with the flow when you have someone like Swerve.
He's over to the AEW audience of He's over to the AEW audience of 800,000 a week. That's not over. Yeah. Anyway, that's not over. That's far from being over. But your thoughts on the results?
Like, the match was fine. Like, Swerve really is just hanging in there on his own, and then he just did more of the work. And then we had a segment then we had Wardlow coming out and just because we now know it's big business tonight's big business, and we're getting Samoa Joe versus Wardlow, and then Joe just choked out Swerve there, so I can see Swerve retaliating tonight, big business in the main event.
So moving on to the next one, Hulk picked up and W against Brian Cage.
Oh, this was actually a pretty fun match. This was a fun match. This was ASPW rules, like shades of like the hardcore division in WWE in the noughties or ECW. Like, it was a fun old school hardcore match. I didn't think Hook would last his own against Brian Cage, but like he just really stepped up there and just really handled himself there. Like, you take down Brian Cage, take down anyone.
On to the next one, Kill Switch, or Dino Douche, as Jim Cornette calls him. He defeated Daddy Magic.
And then Daniel Garcia. Right. Then Daniel Garcia comes out to settle his score and all. And then we got the return of Adam Copeland. And then Adam Copeland, like, he's
moving on to the big.
Hang on, just hold on a second. Just let me get to this first. And then Adam Copeland took out Nick Wayne with a spear, and then he's going to take out Kill Switch. And then he was just about to take Christian, and he thought he'd be getting a low blow from Nick Wayne's mom, and he sensed that there. And then he chases Christian out into the car park, and then Christian gets away. So then he knows now they have to sell it. So they're going to sell it 2 weeks' time in Canada on March 20th in an I Quit match of all matches.
Yeah, remind me to miss that one. How about we watch
there's a lot of things that could happen in that one. Like, because just let's go back, because just hold on a second. Because his last fight,
Roman Reigns won't be in that match. I won't be watching.
His last quit, like, let's talk about the things that could happen. For like, the last time he's in the I Quit match, that was against Fowler. So like, we can see him. He's learned from that he could take out Nick Wayne and Kill Switch. But if you want to counter Nick Wayne's mum, we think that could see the debut of Beth Phoenix.
Again, not Roman Reigns. We're only watching. In the 2 months that we've been reviewing pure by results, that we've been reviewing AEW, not one thing has made me want to watch. In 2 months, nearly 3.5 months. That's damn bad. Anyway, that's bad. Nothing, not one thing made me think, well, I'm really missing out by not
watching. Did you like the new theme song? Oh, no, you wouldn't have heard that. I've got to play the new theme song for them. They changed their.
I don't know about the theme song. I don't watch it. I pay purely based on results. I watch the pay-per-views, and that's it. I don't know about theme music. I know they've got a new stage.
new logo.
Like that's the
And the
problem
intro
with the
door,
company. Anyway,
and the intro door looks like a condom. And the intro and outro door looks like a condom for the face and the heels.
moving on to the big debut. The big debut everybody's talking about, not a big debut, no word of him. Okada makes his debut. Well, whoopie-doo. Who cares?
Okada.
They made this out like it was The Rock debuting in AEW. Okada's a complete nobody, known to the New Japan fans. That's it.
I'll tell you about his contract later when we do the wrestling, how much they spent. But then the highlight for that whole thing was then that whole came out because the Young Bucks were calling out to address what looks like they're setting up a feud with either Hangman Adam Page or Kenny Omega, because they suspended Hangman Page for attacking a referee at Revolution, and then because Kenny Omega has not been appearing on TV because he's ill, he gets suspended from the Elite. And a lot of people thought he was getting removed from AEW, but no, it was just the Elite, just to help to get more heat on the Young Bucks characters. And then Eddie Kingston comes out to address the Young Bucks because they interrupted him a couple of weeks ago, and then he ends up with a fight with the Bucks, and that brings out Kazuchika Okada. And we're thinking, we were either thinking following Revolution that it'd be Jon Moxley or Bryan Danielson that would come because Kingston's earned respect from the Blackpool Combat Club. But it was Okada, and we thought they were going to team up, but then Okada comes from behind and takes out Eddie Kingston and forms an alliance with the Young Bucks. And the funny thing is, like, Kazuchika Okada has been Kenny Omega's main rival for 5 years in New Japan Pro Wrestling. So this is kind of interesting to see where they're going to go with that the next while. Which is Kazuchika Okada.
Again,
I'll tell you more about that.
Not Roman Reigns. I have zero interest. In what Okada does. He's not Roman Reigns, therefore I don't care. Anyway, moving on. Ryu, whatever her bloody name is, back on a winning way. She's back in a winning on the winning ways, like I said, and not defeated Chris Statlander. Okay.
This was a brilliant match. Now I have to say, I can see where they're going with this since Revolution, because you had Willow Nightingale got the win in the tag match. Then you've had Rio now beat Chris Statlander, and this week on Big Business, it's going to be Willow Nightingale versus Rio. I see Willow Nightingale winning, thus leading to a possible shot for the TBS title, for the TBS, what's it called, the second women's
TBS, yeah.
TBS, yeah, against Julia Hart, and that will set up Chris Statlander's heel turn.
Again, won't be watching anyway. And your main event on last week's Dynamite, Carl Fletcher, the loss to Will Ospreay.
Oh, this was a banging match. Two nights in a week. Will Ospreay has had two classic matches. Like the match that he had with Testa, and then the match with Kyle Fletcher. This was brilliant. And then the ending part comes out, and then we get Bryan Danielson coming out, and they have a confrontation on Collision.
Ospreay doesn't have banging matches. He's not Roman Reigns. Anyway, he has subpar matches. The match against Takeshita was not the level of any run we've seen this year. Well, we've only seen one match this year, but last year, no. 2022, no. Anyway, based off results, purely results, give it a bronze as every week. Nothing impresses me about Dynamite. I'm missing nothing. Your rating.
I enjoyed that whole gold. Has to be gold for the Okada debut. The matches that we had with the FTW World match and Ospreay versus Fletcher, I give that a gold.
Let's move on to the A show, the actual show, not some crappy AEW show, but SmackDown. So we kicked off in a huge way. Logan Paul came out, announced this is massive, huge, starting at WrestleMania and going forward to offer every pay-per-view or premier live event, as WWE want to call them. His logo is to be on the mat. That is massive. huge for Logan Paul, huge for the Prime brand. Yeah, really cool. I think this is massive for him. Apparently, this had a partnership with Prime.
It's massive for him, and it's massive for WWE as well. But like, it also does massive work for TKO because they now like with UFC, you always see sponsors on the bottom of their ring, and now WWE is doing the same.
Don't know if you'll take on different actions. People are looking at that.
Yeah, some people kind of think it's a bit cringe. Some people think it's a bit cringe. It's a bit cringe now.
And then we had KSI getting in the ring. Randy Orton came out, RKO'd him. So it's cool to see KSI again. I would imagine he will get involved in the match at Mania. So I'd imagine Logan Paul's retaining in whatever match it is. Surely Logan Paul retains anyway if they now this whatever match it is, triple threat, fatal four-way, rumble match, whatever it is.
I think it's going to be stick with
whatever it is.
I think they're going to stick with Triple H. I think they're going to stick with a triple threat. I don't think they're going to include LA Knight or AJ Styles in it.
Whatever it is, I think Logan retains. Surely through partnership, you have him retaining. So yeah, again, huge for Logan Paul.
You have to have him retain as well because it's his first. It's his first title match at WrestleMania. He hasn't actually won a one-on-one. He hasn't actually won a championship or singles match at Mania yet. Because he's won a piece at Mania, so it has to be one or the other.
So yeah, then this is massive for Logan Paul, for Prime, just big all there. Yeah, your thoughts on the opening segment?
Yeah, it was fun. It was fine. I figured you needed someone to be the fall guy for KSI, was it? And then it led to a tag match with Orton and KO versus Grayson Waller and Austin Theory.
Which Orton and Owens went over. Cool.
Logan Paul
and Orton's had a good return since coming back. He's had one loss. Everybody loses the Rumble. He lost at the Rumble. Didn't get pinned though, with Styles. Got pinned at Chamber. So he's had one loss since returning. So he's had a good return. Yeah, cool. What was your thoughts on the tag match?
Yeah, it was fine. You're expecting Orton and KO to win to get a bit of motivation, to get a bit of movement going into whatever match they've got with Logan Paul. I'd say we'll get a number one contender match between the two, that Logan Paul and them interfering, and that will lead to a triple threat.
And we'll quickly discuss the Mania card so far after we've done but I'll quickly say 7 matches, and we're 3 weeks away on Sunday. Hey, Saturday, actually. 3 weeks away, we've got 7.
3 weeks away is still time. 3 weeks away is still time, and 7 matches is a good amount. It's better they get 7.
Isn't really long at all. There should be 10.
But there's still time to build
10 matches made at least, and then you build on not 7 matches. And how many of those are actually big? We'll discuss that at the end, though. So, Caleb Braxton did a sit-down interview with Bayley. This in their match, Bayley, Sky. Yeah, this was okay.
The one thing I took from that segment, the Bayley interview is good and all, how she set up damage control, but then you could cross over to Bianca Belair watching TV, and then you have Naomi come in, and she's saying that she feels sorry for Bayley, and Bianca is saying, no, Bayley brought this on herself. I could see this now, because I originally thought it would be Sasha Banks and Naomi, where Sasha Banks returns, she and Naomi team up to take on Kabuki Warriors, but we could be seeing Sasha and Mercedes Moné at Big Business tonight, so maybe it's going to be Bianca Belair and Naomi taking on the Kabuki Warriors at WrestleMania.
Maybe. Let's go to a boring match, which was Bobby Lashley, the DQ win against Karrion Kross. This stuff is just boring to me. It's just, really no one's getting it. It's just...
I could see it going into one big time. I could see it going into some sort of Philadelphia street fight with the Pride versus the Final Testaments. at WrestleMania, or even on, like, say, the SmackDown
Again,
show
is that
before
WrestleMania worthy? Should that be on WrestleMania?
You could have it if you didn't have it on WrestleMania. Like, you leave Bobby Lashley off WrestleMania, I mean, because he missed last year's WrestleMania. Like, he got regulated the Andre the Giant Memorial Battle Royal.
True.
He won. You can't leave Bobby Lashley off WrestleMania. I mean,
we'll get to the Mania card here soon. I think we discussed this last. No, we haven't discussed this last week, did we? For the Hall of Fame, we can discuss it more. Obviously, two more Hall of Fames announced. We'll discuss that at the end. I think we discussed Paul Heyman and Bull Nakano. So Bull Nakano, I think, yeah. I know.
Yeah,
we didn't discuss it. We'll discuss that at the end. Paul Heyman. So yeah, two more Hall of Famers announced. Then speaking of women action, Michin took the L. So yeah,
I can sense a heel turn coming with Michin now. I think there's a heel turn coming with Michin now, because after the match happened, like backstage, like she does, like you should watch some of the interviews they do on WWE's YouTube after, like the digital exclusives, like, because you see Michin getting something and then it's some mood, and then Byron Saxton is coming out to see if she's all right, and then she explains how much she's tried to keep things together, especially with AJ Styles and Gallows and Anderson. And now that didn't happen, and now she has to start doing things for herself. So I sense a heel turn coming from Michin, which wouldn't be a bad thing.
Kind of unfortunately lost in the shuffle, but he got a WIN on SmackDown, and that was Dragon Lee against Angel. Cool.
Yeah, Dragon Lee, I say, will probably assist Rey Mysterio in the will play a part with this war between LWO and Santos little faction as well. Is Legado Fantasma back, or is it called by someone else?
Man, yeah, that star power, but
no, it needs to be Rey Mysterio versus.
So anyway,
it needs to be Rey versus Santos 1-on-1.
Mania match. Not really.
Yeah, look, but it's more about the story. It's about the young apprentice who betrayed the mentor.
Don't care. I don't care. I want stars. I want. Don't care about the. That's boring to me. I want stars. Ray's a big name. But he's Ray said Santos a Mania match.
But it's good. It's there to help to put Santos over. To probably put Santos over.
Well, I think Ray wins anyway.
Yeah, we'll get that later.
So let's get to the segment the world is talking about. So we had our tribal chief Roman Reigns come on out, but boy, what an entrance by the most electrifying man in all of entertainment, The Rock. That entrance was epic. The fans love The Rock. They want to boo him. They want to come out and call them jabronis and idiots and candy asses. They still love him because he's The Rock. How can you boo The Rock, the biggest movie star in the world? Well, that was just epic.
Because The Rock knows
entrance.
The Rock, I think they're booing him just for the fun of it, because The Rock knows he's being heel, and he always and he loves this part. He loves being heel Hollywood Rock. So if the fans get a reaction like that, then he's going to be happy either way.
Yeah, like I said, he's doing a Rock concert this week. He's going to come out and he'll run down Memphis, but they'll still love him because he's The Rock and he's back, and he doesn't have to be back.
He knows he knows how to entertain. He knows how to entertain.
That's why he's worth so much damn bloody money. And then we had Cody Rhodes and Seth Rollins come out. They spoke. Okay. Very interesting, Seth, and I think this is playing it. I think we're getting Seth turning on Cody.
They're having
Mania, as there's no guarantee Cody's walking out of Mania as champion. I don't think it's 100% guaranteed Cody's winning. Not at all. I think Cody's losing. I think Rollins turns on him, and yeah, Reigns retains. I don't think it's 100% guaranteed at all, which is good, and it shouldn't be. Shouldn't be. Cody. Wrong.
No, go on. I'm letting you finish.
It shouldn't be Reigns is definitely winning or Cody's definitely winning. We don't know. I don't think Cody's doing it at all. I think he loses and he gets the Rock in Saudi, and that's going to make up for him losing. You're going to have Rollins turn on him because he's more focused on helping Cody than the world title, and that's why he loses, because he's focused on Cody. The next night on Raw, you're going to have Cody come out and demand a match against Rollins. Rollins will say, no, you've got to wait. He'll take time off. But in the meantime, Cody gets the Rock. Probably beats the Rock, which is bigger than winning the title. He's going to beat the Rock. And that makes up for him losing against Reigns again. I don't see Reigns losing at all. I think it's a passing hope. Because for me, and we'll get into this when we get to the his promo on Raw, 3 weeks away from Mania on Saturday, Sunday, Cody's still not the guy. It's still not time. I don't care about his wife. I don't care about his mother. As a viewer sitting at home, don't care. So,
just to go back to what I said, there's a few things. I took away with it, because first now, like, The Rock did say that if Cody doesn't finish this story, he's not getting another shot again. Like, they've obviously watched what happened with Cody and MJF in AEW when he had the match, and if he didn't defeat MJF, he could never challenge for the AEW championship. So that could still put a sign that he could be still winning it. We could also see the sign of a Rock betrayal, or maybe not a Rock betrayal. What if Roman betrays The Rock? Because you've been seeing the faces on Roman Reigns every time The Rock is talking to Cody, he's not happy. And then when we saw the slap, we saw Roman laugh at The Rock secretly. He was smiling there. I saw pictures and he was smiling.
You don't turn Reigns' face. He's an incredible heel, and he's still getting
I know, but he's
anyway.
He's broken character. It's not the first time he's broken character.
And as I say, we get Rock Cody at Saudi.
There's one thing though, the Rock still going to be heel. No, that Cody's brother is not in the Hall of Fame yet. Because he was saying, like, is your brother in the Hall of Fame?
The Hall of yeah, based on the Golden Girls.
Yeah. But yeah, no, it was brilliant. Absolutely brilliant. Had someone like got really high marks on YouTube for it now as well.
And I know that Cody, you're a guy, and you say that all these former AW guys are there because of him. They're there because of money and better booking. But
did you say LA Knight?
Hold on. He's not the guy. He's not.
Hold on. Can I ask you? Did you just say LA Knight was in AEW? LA Knight wasn't in AEW, by the way.
No, all these former AEW guys, you say they're there because of Cody. They ain't. They're there for money and better booking.
He kind of inspired
them. If they weren't getting paid, they wouldn't be there. They wouldn't be there. They're not going to do it for free.
Yeah, the pay is good, but you have the likes of Sean Spears and Jade Cargill, who are friends of Cody.
Right, but they're not there because they're friends with Cody. They're there for money. That's the only reason. They ain't it's Shawn Michaels, whoever, The Rock, whoever turned around and said, no, you're doing this for free. They're not going to do it because they're friends with Cody. They're doing it for money. That's the first and only reason, really, and better booking, which Lexus King has got. So.
And Sean Spears.
But yeah, for me, Cody's not the guy. Not because he's Cody. If you like I said, if you have Braun be the one to beat Reigns, how not be opposed to that? So it's not because it's Cody. It's because it is. Cody's not the guy. And it's because of The Rock. There's interest in this match. Without The Rock, it's just another boring rematch. And so then the match is made.
But another thing to take away, like you're talking about the whole thing about Seth Rollins betraying him, because we have the Seth Rollins match with Cody and Seth is main event night 1, and Seth is actually going to be facing Drew on night 2, the same time as Cody and Roman.
Exactly. You look at night 2 so far, and I don't care if on the Go Home Raw they say they're not going to do. This is a wild scenario, but they say Hogan, Austin, Punk, Cena, Triple H, Shawn Michaels, we're all going to be at Mania. They're all going to do something. Undertaker, he's going to be there too. But as we stand, night 2 looks like that pathetic. Drew Rollins and Reigns Cody. Against The Rock. That one definitely is the next. Anyway, the matches made The Rock and Roman Reigns with Cody and Rollins. And then you have Cody slap The Rock, because that's what gets people talking. If you had Cody slap, for example, Bronson Reed, that's just a random name off the top of my head. Who cares? You have him slap The Rock, hopefully people care. Like I said, The Rock has got into this match because without him, it's a boring rematch. But based off just that segment alone, I think the opening of SmackDown was fantastic, and then the ending of SmackDown was fantastic. Not so much. Definitely a gold. What's your rating for it?
Oh, I'm giving it a gold. I loved that whole segment. I enjoyed most of the matches as well, like especially the tag match. But no, that whole segment just absolutely still got me talking.
Very quickly goes level up. So scripts 1, 2, 3 on Lennox. In women's action, Izzy Dame continues to get wins. I like the push that Izzy Dame's getting. This time she beat Carmen Petrovic, and Tammy Heights made sure Dante Chen lost yet another match. Okay, I'll say a silver for that.
I don't watch NXT level.
Rampage. I don't watch it either. I watch just check the results. So 4 matches on Rampage. So in tag team action, Orange Cassidy and Trent Beretta came up on the winning side against Kip Sabian and the Butcher. Okay.
That gets them into the tag team. That gets them into tag team tournaments for the vacant tag team titles.
Robin Renegade, whoever that is, took another L to Julia Hart.
Not too familiar with her. Robin Renegade. Not too familiar with her work. I'm not too that familiar with her work.
Exactly. All these jobs. All these jobs
like
with these. Action Andretti put over Penta L Zero Meter. Cool. Your thoughts on that?
Oh, Action Andretti, whatever happened to him? Like at one point he beat Chris Jericho, and now he's reduced to this. Like he's only on like Rampage. This is a guy who beat Chris Jericho in his debut match.
And in your main event on Rampage, it was a triple threat tag team action. The Top Flight came out on top against Private Party and Commander and Brian Keith. Again, okay.
Repeat the names again.
Thoughts on that?
Repeat the names again.
Top Flight came out on top against Private Party. Top Flight came out on top against Private Party, Commander and Brian Keith. Triple threat tag action.
And they qualified. And they were the more established team, so they were going to obviously win that one.
On Collision, another show I don't watch. Danielson made Revolution, but he won this time and he beat Shane Taylor. Okay.
And that led to Will Ospreay coming out, and now we're getting the match. AEW Dynasty on April 20th. Bryan Danielson versus Will Ospreay. I really sense a banger out of that one.
That will be good, but again, will it do its job of making me want to watch Dynamite? Very doubtful. 6-man tag team action saw the Elite. I think they're still called the Elite. I have no idea. Beats Liam Gray, Adrian Alonis, and John Cruz.
This is the debut match for
Kazuchika Okada. Who's Liam Gray?
Not heard of any of them.
Gray,
Sorry.
Adrian Alonis, and John. Neither have I.
You can look them up on you can look them up on Cage Match databases. That's what that's made for. Look them up on Cage Match databases.
I don't care who they are. They're just jobbers, basically. Tricia Dora lost, and this time it was against everybody's favourite, Maria May.
Ooh. The apprentice of Tony Storm, and she is a crack.
Joy in your face, then. Adam Priest, I think that's Damien's brother. I don't know. I don't know who Adam Priest is. Whoever he is, he was unsuccessful like Nick Wayne.
Which would then lead to probably Christian Cage coming out then to get just a simple match for Nick Wayne. Just to go back on the Academy match, one of the talking points of that moment was the return. We also had the return of Pac, formerly Adrian Neville, and he was getting up into the face of Kazuchika Okada. And now we're getting Eddie Kingston, Pac, and Penta El Cerro Nero versus Kazuchika Okada and Young Bucks AEW Dynasty.
Is Adam Priest Damien's brother?
The Priest brother.
Chris Jericho had a successful win against another jobber that I've definitely not heard of. I don't know if you have, but he defeated Titan.
This is another CML wrestler. another Mexican luchador from CMLL.
Oh. Okay. Mystico. Is that Sin Cara? That's not Sin Cara.
Yeah, formerly Sin Cara, yeah.
Mystico got a W against Angelico. I think it's pronounced Angelico.
Yes. That's Angelico who used to deal with Jack Evans.
Jack Evans.
They used to be they were one of the first teams that AEW.
Your main
event.
And your main event on Collision was a off Jeff Jarrett, Jay Lethal, and Mark Briscoe.
In a Philadelphia street fight against the House of Black. I do love a good street fight now. It was very surprising to see Jay Lethal. Very surprised to see Jeff Jarrett actually.
So going back just for a tiny little second. So going back just for a small second, Rampage, they're bronze. What's your rating for it?
For Rampage, I'll say bronze. I didn't watch it. For Collision, I'll say silver.
Collision. Again, bronze is based on results. So, yeah. Anyway, moving along to Raw. So we had Drew McIntyre come out, and yes, Drew McIntyre got better. This isn't a big match for Mania. Drew McIntyre, Seth Rollins doesn't say WrestleMania to me. Again,
but you really have to love Drew as
will be good. Like, yes. We'll go over this later, but match made for Mania, will it be good? Yes. Will there be big moments for talent? Yes. Is it cool that the current talent's getting used? Yes. Yes. Are they big enough for WrestleMania 40? No. Anyway, out comes Seth Rollins after Drew. They're doing all the hype this match up and make it feel big.
Like cool. It's just I love Drew as a heel. Like I'm still loving Drew as a heel. Like his secret to being a successful heel is just hurting people's feelings and just Seth getting under his skin, trying to get him to take advantage of a bad situation. Even comparing him to CM Punk.
Like, will it be cool if Drew wins it? Or if I think he does win, wins the title in front of people? Cool, that's a cool. But is it a big match? Not at all.
It's a good one.
Yeah, it's a rematch from Raw.
Like it's basically it's giving him his reward, his WrestleMania moment for not getting it 4 years ago because of COVID. So
And that's cool. I'm not saying it's not, but is it a big match? Not really. Seth Rollins, Drew McIntyre for WrestleMania 40. Ew. And I get they can't use the past, can't use a Hogan and Austin and a Flair if he was available. They can't wrestle. If they did, it'd be awful. How you have, let's say, a Hogan beats, I don't know, an Austin Theory. What sense does that make? I get all of that, but where's the star quality? The star quality is The Rock and Logan Paul and Reigns. That's it.
Well, heck, we could be getting CM Punk at it. He's appearing at the Raw in Chicago on the 25th of March.
And Cody being the main event doesn't make him a star. We'll discuss this when we go for the main card. Anyway, the WWE has now got 100 million subscribers. That's huge. So your quick thoughts on that?
It's a big win there. It's a big win. Like, they're just producing good content and just good moments to review. But let's get into the matches. Let's talk about Becky Lynch and Liv Morgan. That was a bagging match.
Yeah. Becky... Yeah, it was good for Raw.
They had a really...
Raw hasn't impressed me for months. It hasn't been a good Raw from beginning to end. Full 3 hours, I thought, that was a good Raw. They've been all right. They've been decent, but never a full 3 hour good Raw. Anyway, yeah, Becky Lynch, building momentum heading into WrestleMania as she defeated and beat Liv Morgan. Then had Rhea Ripley come out and cut a promo. Your thoughts on this?
That was a good match. Now, this is where they closed that story, because everyone was wanting Liv Morgan to be involved in the women's title match with Becky and Rhea. But this match closed the story because they had Liv Morgan lose at Elimination Chamber, and now at this. So that closes her story for now. So she's going to have to wait until SummerSlam to get her hands on Rhea Ripley at some point. But then it was what after happens later on. Because Becky comes out to shake Liv Morgan's hand. We'll get to that later. Just go to Becky and Rhea.
It wouldn't shock me if they still do something. If they make a triple threat or fatal four-way, that would not shock me. So I don't think it's 100% finalised.
I think it'll be 105% finalised after next week.
Who knows? Like I said, it should be 10 matches finalised, and you're building on those 10 matches, not 7. I think it's going to be that way because you had awful build to Mania.
I'm like, no, the build isn't fine. Like, the way I look, the thing I see now, because later on in the program, Becky comes out to shake Liv Morgan's hand, and they're both attacked by Nia Jax, and Becky Lynch goes to her table. But before that, Nia Jax, it pushes Rhea into like some boxes. I don't know if it's called them boxes then. And then that leads to Becky Lynch announcing she wants to challenge Nia Jax for the last woman standing match. The match is accepted. I think Liv Morgan's going to play a part in costing Nia Jax the match. So we'll get some sort of like pre-Mania match with Liv and Nia. So, and then you can focus on Becky and Rhea at WrestleMania. So that's it there.
So moving along here to a very quick, fresh women's tag action. I didn't see the finish that Candice LeRae and the will won. But when I saw Maxine Dupree to get out the ring and never come back, she's awful. Where's the TV time? You're stealing a paycheck. Get out the ring and never come back. Anyway,
I couldn't see that with Candice LeRae.
Candice LeRae won, I suppose. That's cool.
But Candice LeRae,
I have zero interest.
Basically, they're taking a few weeks ago, footage leaked of Maxine Dupree getting booed after losing a match because she's not the best of wrestlers and it caused upset. And a lot of the women's wrestlers have come in support for her. So then later on, she's about to do the Caterpillar on Indy Hartwell, and Candice LeRae has a go at Maxine Dupree, but then she brings out her inner Christian Cage and brings up the fact that Maxine Dupree's brother is dead, and then she takes the loss. So like, I really like heel Candice LeRae. She was a great heel on NXT, so this could help her big time there. And plus, it has a sense WWE is trying to go back to that edge they once had. Like Booker T was recently saying in his podcast, they think WWE is kind of going back to the Attitude Era. If they're able to do things like that and people don't get offended, because some people are, then we're good. Because you need that heat. I mean, if you get offended by... Yeah, The Rock did that as well.
The Rock has brought back the Attitude Era.
Yeah, because like he called Cody Rhodes an actor.
Anyway,
That was personal. Good. That's what
way
you
too
want. You
much
want
time
that. Like,
spent on an irrelevant tag team match. But at least Candice got a win, so that's cool. Moving along to this segment that you enjoyed, and I just thought, what a waste of TV time. Why do I care about Cody's mother or wife? I don't. How many wrestling is scripted? It's not. We know it's not real. Suspension of disbelief. How many times during a movie, and this is just a random movie, plucked out of the millions of movies made, how many times has Robert Downey Jr. halfway through a movie in Iron said, "I'm talking about real life"? No. I haven't watched the soaps for years. But how many times has Phil Mitchell in EastEnders turned round in between an episode and talk about his real life?
but that's
No,
what gets. But
because they
that's
don't
what we're.
care.
But
People
that's
at
what
home
we're.
don't care.
But that's another
I
good thing with wrestling is
don't
if they bring
care.
reality. But that's a good thing about wrestling sometimes if they bring reality into a story, because it will get people invested in the wrestlers and in the fans. So that does help them there if there's a bit of reality to it.
Call interview Cody Rhodes in the ring. Cody Rhodes crying, and this was a waste of airtime. This does not sell me on Reigns, Cody. For me, Cody's not the guy, and they know he's not the guy. And they do all they can to try and make him the guy and make this match interesting.
And yet he's getting. And yet people are chanting his name.
Marks. The marks, and people chant for Otis, people chant for whoever, people chant for Rollins. Just because the marks in the crowd are trying to get themselves over doesn't mean Cody's over. Cody's not The Rock over and never will be. No, this was just a waste of time for me. I don't care about his real life. Your thoughts on this?
No, I loved it. I loved it was just a really done well interview. I liked that they brought a bit of reality into it. Anyway, moving into the women's tag team title match.
Which I thought that you can have the Haley costing the champions here, so I was a little bit shocked at that. This was a good match. I'll give them that. We're going to retain against Shayna Baszler and
Dakota Kai helped. Like, there's old history with Dakota Kai and Shayna Baszler. Remember when Shayna broke Dakota's arm back in NXT? So there's kind of old history there. So that gives Dakota Kai a bit of momentum, a bit of revenge there. But no, like I think, yeah, you don't want any champions changing during the build up to WrestleMania, because in case they decide to pull the trigger on Bianca and Naomi against the Kabuki Warriors. But yeah, it was a good match. Just the crowd didn't feel too invested in
it. Damian Priest continued his wins, this time in a fresh match against R-Truth.
Leading up to the tag team ladder.
And also, why is this tag team match, ladder match, it makes sense.
It's WrestleMania.
Why is this
you gotta have a
ladder match? It makes no sense. It makes no sense. That just cram anybody on the Mania card. That's the only reason. It makes no sense.
There's actually six-pack. Not every tag
ladder match.
Not every.
And the story's being R-Truth.
Well, not every tag team is going to be on it now, because there's three qualifying matches happening for 3 teams for Raw and 2 teams for SmackDown. So I could see if the ladder matches, you have to have WrestleMania. There hasn't been a ladder match since WrestleMania 32. So you need to have at least 1 or 2 ladder matches. So, oh no, WrestleMania 36 was the last time there was a ladder match. That was Jimmy Uso, Kofi, and John Morrison, and John Morrison won that.
This is just to cram as many people as can on the card.
But it looks like, I think it'll be a fun match. I think
it's just cramming everybody on the card. It makes zero sense to go from the stories this with our truth to a ladder match with 5 of the tag teams. And how does that make sense? Doesn't.
Well, like, for R-Truth, yeah, like for R-Truth and all, yeah, it's still there.
But
you want to make a bit of fun for WrestleMania as well. There hasn't been a ladder match in 4 years, so I think we could be getting a fun opening match at WrestleMania Night 1. So that's all I'll say there. So I think it will be fun with all those teams, what they can do. Like you can have teams like DIY and the New Day jump from the
Jey
top, or you can
Uso,
have all those teams do
Jey
all these
Uso
things, and that
came
will
out,
make it
cut a
fun.
promo. Right, Jey Uso came out and cut a promo challenging Jimmy at Mania. Zero interest in. Will it be a good match? Yes. Either winning, that's big for them at Mania. But again, it's Jey
If you want
versus
to add a bit
Jimmy
of
WrestleMania. Where?
but they built it up like this has been built up for the last while since SummerSlam. Everyone thought that this would be main eventing WrestleMania. I don't think it will now. But if you want to build more interest, you've got to add Rikishi into it.
Who said at the Love of Wrestling, wait and see, and maybe they didn't say yes, he didn't say no, but he just said keep watching. So that means probably yes, he's going to be there. The Hall of Famer, we'll discuss that at the end very quickly in news, saying ending Raw, gauntlet match. We're getting Zayn Gunther at Mania. Not big enough for Mania. Should be Brock. Hopefully we'll still be Brock. And Zayn can just wait because Brock makes more money than Zayn will ever make. Ever.
There is a lot of
makes more
rumors.
money in
There
one
is a
night
lot of
than
rumors.
Zayn does in 20 years.
There is a lot of rumor about a
Some
Brock
Brock is
return, but I
money.
don't think. I'd say by then, if he is coming back, it'll be after Mania. Because originally, like a lot of people were rooting. This was my favorite part of the Gauntlet match was the Sami Zayn Chad Gable match. I thought Ricochet and JD McDonough had a good one as well. And Sami and Chad Gable, they were the talking point of the whole thing because at the end of the match, like Gable does the ankle lock, Sami rolls him, gets the pin. His shoulders weren't on the mat and wins the match. But this is the thing: a lot of people, a trend that started, like the same similar trend for something like Cody Rhodes or Liv Morgan for We Want Gable, because they wanted Gable added into the match as well for making a triple threat and because his shoulders ain't pinned. But it doesn't look like that's going to happen now because there was a backstage interview there where Chad Gable says, like, no, I don't think I'm going to complain or talk about how I screwed out of it. I lost. I'm not going to inch it in. I only did this for my daughter. This was bigger. This is bigger than Mania for me. So he was only doing this for his daughter. Sami Zayn wanted his spot on Mania. He's got the spot. The Chad Gable story is not dead. It's just going to have to happen another time. Because I could see Gunter retaining at WrestleMania and probably going into Berlin as the Intercontinental Champion when we get to Bash at Berlin in August.
But Brock is money, makes more money in one night than Zayn will in 20 years.
Well, Brock, I do want to see
people will always see Brock as guilty no matter what. But I think if you don't need, certainly has star power. So if you don't have Brock at Mania, yeah.
Well, there is talk of Brock coming back to WWE, but not yet. It's only rumor. Like the rumor's just planted in ever since Paul Heyman has been chosen for the Hall of Fame. But if you're able to get Brock back and you want to do Brock versus Gunter, do it in Saudi Arabia.
And let's say they do have Brock, you could have Zayn took out by Imperium, and then Brock comes out. And what will happen? All of these marks that said, "How dare The Rock come and take Cody's spot?" will cheer for Brock, guaranteed. They'll go, "Oh, Brock's back. We're getting Brock Gunther." Forget Sami Zayn.
I don't think they're going to do that. I don't think they're going to do that now. I'd say if Brock does come back, if he's able to come back, they'll do the match at Saudi Arabia.
The same marks that wanted said, "Oh, how dare The Rock take Cody's spot?" Because The Rock think he is. Would cheer for Brock over Zayn, guaranteed.
They probably would.
Anyway, I'm going to give Raw a bronze. Your rating for it?
I'm going to say a silver for the opening match with Becky and Liv and the Gauntlet and Cody's second. I'm going to say silver.
NXT. So LW winning ways. I like the push that LW are getting in NXT. I would have had OTM win, but LW with the W.
Yeah, that was actually a very surprising win there.
Roxanne Perez promo, boring, awful.
Oh, she hit the mark there. There was really a
She
sense of
cut the
AJ Lee
promo.
on this.
Ava came. I wasn't even listening. Well, I was, but half listening. It came out. Tatum Paxley tried to attack. Okay, your quick thoughts on this?
I actually enjoyed that little the Roxanne promo. Right, she really just hit the spot there on parts, and it just reminded me so much of AJ Lee with the dark, serious look on her.
Robert Dawn took the loss, took the L to Lexus King. Cool.
No surprise there. I say we'll get one more Lexus King versus what's his name?
Von Wagner again. Again, very quickly. I know you kind of.
We're going well. Just keep going. Just keep going.
Von Wagner, the fans just don't care. They try and make the NXT are trying to make the fans care week out, and anyway, Femi retained his North American title. That's still on his shoulders after he defeated Brooks Jensen. Cool that Brooks got the title shot.
Oh.
Other than that, yeah.
Oh, that performance by Obafemi. Obafemi has been one of my favorite breakout stars this year. Just that performance there, like I see it now. Obafemi, he's an African Brock Lesnar. He's an African version of Brock Lesnar.
Yeah, I've got the power, got the speed.
He got, and he's a destroyer.
He just needs an advocate. Be along to some women's women's in-ring action here as Ariana Grace got a win by disqualification against Gigi Dolan. So they do something with Gigi that's certainly been lost in the shuffle since Toxic Attraction.
And she actually did it with a low blow, and like Gigi Dolan actually felt the full effects of the low blow. Like it's rare that you see the women take the effect of a low blow.
More women's action, this time women's tag team action. Talking about Izzy Dame, she got a win on Level Up. Her and Kiana James got a win on NXT. And they and Fallon Henley. So I do like the push that Kiana and Izzy are getting.
And then we saw Izzy come back to the great character she was. She really took it to JC Jane there. Like she even brought a reference to Toxic Attraction.
Thea Hale, yeah. The character that is
Yeah, Thea Hale, because Izzy Jane got taken out earlier on, obviously by Gigi Dolan.
Sean Spears picking up a threat against Ridge Holland. I think I need to see more of Sean. See if he was a good return for him coming back to WWE. But what I've seen so far, I'd say yes, I suppose.
I think it's been a good start so far. Like the few years away did him some good, and like he was able to play to Ridge's weaknesses, which is his strength and his own temper, and he turned that against him to get the win. Like, because he is a very smart. He's always been a smart heel. Another thing I actually love about NXT was like the package that came with just to go back, because one thing you skipped on it's the package between Tony D'Angelo and Ilya Dragunov. Especially like when Ilya just comes into Tony's restaurant, they take him in and they put him in the back of a car like in a Scorsese film, and they drive up to a bridge, and just to warn that he'll be ready for him at Stand and Deliver. And then they just drive off. That was just a really cool thing. It actually made me think they were going to throw into the river. And then final last part.
Take 10 seconds to talk about that match. Tony D'Angelo Ilya, is that big enough for Stand and Deliver? And Tony is going to be the guy to beat Ilya.
I don't think he's the guy to beat Ilya, but that won't be the main event. I think the main event will go to Trick Williams and Carmelo Hayes. I think Ilya retains that night.
So talking about Trick Williams, he came out on the microphone. Metaphor came out. Lash and Trick kiss. So is this Lash now turning face? Who
I guess
knows?
Lash Legend
And
whooped that
then
trick.
Trick bends off metaphor.
Lash Legend whooped that trick. Because the interesting thing is Lash
So
Legend and Trick Williams are in a relationship.
I didn't
Lash Legend and
realise.
Trick
Okay
Williams are in a
then.
long-time relationship.
So rating. So in my rating for NXT this week, again, a good NXT never fails to impress. Silver.
I'm going to say silver as well.
And before we get on to news and rumours, not much to talk about, but there is a little bit. So let's really minute or two go through the Mania card. So we've got Bayley versus. Again, all the matches be good, yes. Big moments for talent, yes. Tell me the star quality. You tell me the names that are put. I'm not. Ugh. I say this every single week. The names that are pulling, not non-wrestling fans. Non-wrestling fans ain't watching. It's like me watching basketball or golf. I ain't watching. I'm aware of them, but I'm not watching them. I'm not a fan of them. But you tell me names that are pulling in, growing the audience. And Cody doesn't grow the audience. But what I would like to do is the Sean Ross that is it Dave Meltzer release ratings. If they did minute for minute ratings, that would be cool to see who actually pulls in the ratings. And Cody being the main event, it's WrestleMania. You could have Otis versus Akira as the main event, and your hardcore fans are still watching. So 3 portions of the audience. Your hardcore fans will watch no matter what. The ones that watch on Mania, no matter what, will still watch. And your casual fans are watching because of The Rock.
So you get 3 diverse
Bayley
audiences.
versus EO. Is that again?
You get 3 diverse audiences, so that makes it a big match. You get 3 different types of audience watching.
3 portions of the audience. Basically, your hardcore fan base that will sit and watch whatever. Otis versus Akira Tozawa, they'll crap all over it and go, why is this the main event? But still sit and watch because it's WrestleMania and they live and breathe. Your fan base that watches Mania no matter what. And then your casual fans that don't care about Cody, they're watching because of The Rock. But Bayley versus EO would be a good match. Big moment for Bayley. But that's not a SmackDown match. That's SmackDown level. If that was on SmackDown, you wouldn't think, why is this not on Mania? Gunther versus Sami Zayn, again, be a good match. If Sami Zayn wins, cool. But it's a Raw match. Rhea versus Becky, I don't think that's above a. If that was in Saudi or that was on SummerSlam, you wouldn't think, why not on Mania? Ugh, that's not a big match. Again, those 3 matches ain't pulling in anybody else. They're staying inside the bubble of wrestling.
Well, that's the audience they chose, and that's the audience they want. You're watching for wrestling. You're watching for wrestling as well.
We always want to grow. The goal should be to always grow the audience. And they bring The Rock, because everybody knows where The Rock is. He's going to bring in more eyes, more buys to the product. But so far, the 3 matches I just mentioned keep it inside that bubble. Becky, Rhea, Bayley, EO, Gunther, Zayn. Outside the wrestling world are complete nobodies. Inside the wrestling world, yeah, big names, I suppose. Drew versus Seth, good match. If Drew wins in front of people, cool. Is that WrestleMania worthy? Again, not building the others, keeping it inside the bubble. Reigns versus Cody is only big because of Reigns. If Cody wins, I think it devalues the title. So the only match is Rock Reigns versus Cody Rollins. That's a big match. Which is bad. That's bad. And like I said, even if they announce on the Go Home Raw, which they're not going to do, but let's say they do, wild scenario for you, they say Hogan, Taker, Cena, Brock, Punk, Shawn Michaels, Triple H are all going to be a Mania and do something. Cool. But as we currently stand, 7 matches on is actually big. Damn. I know Cena may be doing something, but as we stand, he currently isn't. So, yeah. Anyway, I'll play this and we'll get into some news. So let me play this first. Give me a second. So then it's right. On my social, I'm actually going to change this background, change it for the WrestleMania predictions. I'm going to go, a little, try and change a few things and try and go all new, just for, but do like and subscribe as we go into the final thing here, which is. So news and headlines, of course, we'll start with the Hall of Fame. I'm, of course, a Hall of Fame inducted myself. You should have seen the induction ceremony. It was bigger than anything you've seen before. Anyway, the actual people going in the Hall of Fame. So Bull Nakano, again, a lot of people have wanted this. I get that the Hall of Fame is all of wrestling's the company, and it's the highest honor you can achieve because WWE's the company. It's not necessarily just WWE. I'm not aware of Bull Nakano, but would you say that she deserves it?
Yes, I think she does. She's one of the earliest women's wrestlers there was before it got bigger with Trish Stratus and Lita, and then what it is today with your Biancas, your Charlotte, your Beckys, your Ronda Rouseys, etc. Yeah, she's worthy of it. Like, she's an inspiration to people like
Ronda. Very quickly, talking of Ronda, looking at last year's Mania, you had Ronda, Cena again, and I get Cena's a movie star, Brock's in this allegations thing, and Ronda's left. I'm just saying, last year you had Ronda, Brock, Cena, Edge, Rey. All the matches I thought were good. The only out-of-place match I would have said was the men's tag match. Everything else I thought. Anyway, the tag team going in the Hall of Fame this year. Apparently they were a tag team for like a year, but okay.
The American Express.
Barry Windham, Mike Rotundo, the US Express.
Yes, this was actually very surprising. This is very surprising. Yeah, you wanted Mike Rotundo to go in as IRS.
Yeah, I met him. I love it last year. Great to meet. Funny. I said I'm not paying my taxes. Does Barry Windham deserve to be a 2-time Hall of Fame? He's already in it with the Four Horsemen, so does he deserve to be a 2-time Hall of Famer? I suppose. And Mike Rotundo, yeah. Celebrity Hall of Fame wing, greatest boxer of all time, the legend Muhammad Ali.
Now, that's a big one there.
Yeah,
The referee of
deserves
the
it. I know.
first.
Obviously, all he did was the special guest referee at Mania 1. Apart from that, what's he done in the wrestling world? I know he wrestled in UK. Yeah, he's a big name and he deserves it. And then today's inductee is never heard of, way before my time, but Thunderbolt Patterson.
Thunderbolt Patterson, whose real name is, of course, Claude Patterson.
Yeah, who's that?
He was based he wrestled mostly in Florida and Georgia. He used to work in the NWA. His real name is Claude Patterson. He was born in 1941. He's worked with the likes of a young Arn Anderson. He's also worked with Dusty Rhodes.
What does his date of birth need to go in the Hall of?
I'm just saying, that's all. He's worked mostly with
his
NWA.
Date of birth,
he's also
or his real name.
Like
his
he's worked
date of
with the
birth
likes
has nothing to do with him going in the Hall of Fame. That's like saying Bull plays at Bull Nakano. Based on his career, would you say that he deserves to go in the Hall? Are you aware of the Bull Patterson? Way before my time.
I wasn't too aware of him now. But like The Rock and Triple H are the ones who are picking the Hall of Fame inductees, and like there's obviously a lot of history there because like The Rock, Thunderbolt Patterson was based up in Florida and has worked with the likes of Gerald Briscoe, The Sheik, Dusty Rhodes, and a young Arn Anderson. In fact, he one time held the NWA Tag Team Championship in Georgia with Tony Atlas, who was one time the tag team partner of Rocky Johnson.
So, and apparently The Rock's grandmother is going to get announced, and then Bray.
Or so they say.
I'll have to wait and see. Bray didn't have the same career at all, I don't think. People will disagree. He didn't. He was a two-time champion. And The Rock's grandmother obviously started the territory. So the next piece I'm doing earlier, very quickly, take 2 minutes to discuss him again. Brock Lesnar apparently making his return soon, whether it be at Mania, after Mania, who knows. So your thoughts on this? Do you think he will get booed?
I don't know. It's hard to say. Like, if he's innocent, no. If he was guilty, he wouldn't be appearing. So, like, he'd get booed for his character mostly. But if he's innocent and he gets appeared, then that's fine then. But, like, if you're going to bring him back, if he's not back by WrestleMania, have him back facing Gunther at Saudi Arabia. Actually, speaking of WrestleMania, I've got a bit of a news story here for you. Like, well, there's two news stories, actually. One, Matt Hardy's contract with AEW is set to expire later this month. Jeff is meant to follow after. And then there's another rumor, like with WrestleMania coming up soon, the Dudley Boys have announced they might have something planned for WrestleMania 40. So, do you see one of those teams being added to the tag team ladder match?
Hardys have said they're not wanting a WWE run, then that's will be just throwing off the scent. Dudley, can Devon still wrestle? I don't know.
I think he can, yeah. Can Bubba still wrestle?
That would make sense. It's in Philly. This could be even just them inducting him into the Hall of Fame, but let's wait and see. Very quickly with Brock, I think he may get booed because in some people's eyes he's guilty no matter what.
Actually, speaking of guilty,
big name.
Speaking of guilty, Nick Khan and Stephanie McMahon have been named as two of the people that may have known about Vince McMahon's little actions.
Well, Stephanie definitely knew. I don't think they get rid of Nick Khan because he's a walking dollar signs. Like, he's made a lot of money. He's the reason that WWE are doing shows in Australia, Saudi, Germany, France, so on and so on, etc., etc. So I really can't see getting rid of him.
Speaking of shows, SummerSlam confirmed for August 3rd in Cleveland, Ohio.
That's America. No.
I know. hometown, apparently.
Anyway,
Because of what he's doing for the company so far, Logan Paul could be hosting it.
but with Brock, I think he'd be booed because in some people's eyes he'd be guilty no matter what, but he's guaranteed money. So if he's definitely not if he's not guilty, why not bring him back at some point? So the final piece of news here is a major news. Forget Lesnar, forget the Hall of Fame, but your tribal chief Roman Reigns is in a great all-time main event record. Main events 9, surpassing Hogan. Hogan on 8. Your tribal chief for the all-time at 1,291 days is going to be Roman Reigns at 9. Just incredible. Wow. Again, you're setting him at a level to never to be reached. That's never going to be surpassed. No one's ever going to surpass 9 Mania. They're going to have to be on the main event in the next 7. So,
well,
that's not happening. But your thoughts on that?
It's a good achievement, yeah. Like even if he doesn't break Hogan's title reign, he has that achievement still under his belt, and that's something he's broken from Hogan.
And that's something really, obviously, he's not really champion. No one's really champion because they don't really win. It's all scripted, but that is real. So,
yeah, that's definitely a big achievement for Roman.
But again, setting him on a level to never to be reached, which is just in long-term booking, stupid. Because no one's going to be on that level ever again. He surpasses Hogan, but let's wait and see. That's it for news, unless you've read anything while we've been live.
No, I'm all good. I think it's been a good show.
Okay, then. So, like I said, trying to get other wrestlers on to do interviews. And I'm going to reveal some breaking news now. Joining us for WrestleMania, April 4th, do not miss it, will be Ryan Law. He's going to be dropping by. Ooh. He's going to be giving his predictions. So it'll be cool to have an actual wrestler on. Again, he's not The Rock. Yeah.
We can't get Roman Reigns or Cody Rhodes or The Rock. We can get Ryan Lowe.
Not that The Rock would be on here, and I would just be totally starstruck. All of that. I think we come on, and I'm trying to get other couple of people on as well. Ryan Law would be cool to have on. So April 4th, WrestleMania predictions, and we're going to try again for next Monday for Sporkle quiz. We're going to try again this time. Obviously, this Monday, technical difficulties. So hopefully, fingers crossed, it works. You do need good Wi-Fi, so that could be the problem. But Sporkle quiz next Monday, hopefully, and April 4th again, WrestleMania predictions. Get your predictions in, your thoughts in, your questions if you have any, and of course, like and subscribe from the golden one, and that way, isn't it? The wise man.
The wise man.
Remember to always acknowledge and
electrify.